As soon as I stress my connection, it drops. I'm gonna have to call somebody. I don't know what to do. Well, welcome back. As you can see, my internet is being weird. The moment I stress my internet, it drops. So we're gonna stop messing around. So yeah, there's 3 that I test with. I use speedtest.net by Ookla, and then I use speedof.me, and then I use fast.com. And they all have different methodologies if you look up the process they use to get those numbers. I think one of them tests like prior to your router, and one of them is at the computer, so not at the router level, and one of them is a more test the consistency of your connection more so than the actual speed of a single file. At least that's how I understand those processes work. Alright, look at that, we're getting somewhere. Now I need to fill this gap. I'm not going to mess around and lose my connection again. Is it 108 that needs to go through here? What needs to fill this gap? Yep, 108. So let's see if I can get 108 to fit on here somewhere. Why are you not snapping in that spot? But if we try and snap you on this ledge here, will that work? Let's try that and see if it's it. You get 20 meg down and 10 meg up. That, wow. That's rough, Django. That's very, very rough. Oh, look at them. They're not even in the right spots. Yeah, you don't have to. If you have all the zones unlocked, you can just move a couple of zones away. I still main menu. I think main menuing is faster. What is the problem? Why will you not snap where you're supposed to snap? Well, that looks right. That's the first one that's looked real good. And there's still a tiny gap there. You want to borrow some bandwidth? Yeah, I bet he does. 20 down is rough. I'm complaining about only getting 50 up, and you've only got 20, so maybe I should just shut my mouth. But I pay for more, so I think I should get it. You know, if they're gonna advertise it, I should get what they're advertising, whatever that happens to be. I don't like that I can see the light through these corners. I feel like I'm gonna have to stick a little angled piece in this, you know, a little edge piece in there. I would like to come to Scotland at some point. There is I want to see what it's called. I forget where it is. It's just north of you. Let's see. Let me see. It is, my family are Scottish, my grandmother's side. My mother's mother, her parents emigrated from Scotland. They're from northeast Scotland in Aberdeenshire. Let me think. Yes, it's Delgady Castle in Aberdeen. It was the castle owned by my grandmother's family. No, I mean that's the clan, which has thousands of people, but I just always thought it was neat, and I wanted to go there. All right, doesn't have any entrance or anything in it, but that's the basics of a. Ooh, I'm hitting the roof. That's the basics of a shuttle bay. All right. I mean, obviously we're not done. Anywhere near done. We're getting closer. They're all going to be a little different. See, this one has walkways on the bottom. I'm going to put a single walkway on this one that comes up real high and goes out into the thing a little bit. And I'm going to do the bottom, this portion slightly different on this side. Most oil drilling companies work from Aberdeen. Interesting. I don't know anything about it. I just know that that's where it is. And my grandmother, who's nearly 100, always wanted to go, except she also doesn't want to go anywhere at the same time. She doesn't want to fly. She doesn't want to drive in a car. So it's kind of hard to go to Scotland and not leave your house. But I would like to go. So I'd used a lot of these. I think we're going to use some longer ones. So we're going to use a bunch of these instead. But I don't think that's terribly far from you, right? You're on the northeast coast and that's where Aberdeen is? You'll visit and do a video. That's I don't think that's terribly far from you though, right? Aberdeen is also on the northeast coast somewhere? Aberdeen is a 3-hour drive for you. It's north of you somewhere, correct? Probably. Oh, only need to go this far. Yes, north. So I was looking one day I was using Fife as a starting point for you. You said you're near there. But you're closer to Edinburgh than up there. I kind of thought 3 hours would get you most of the way across Scotland. How long? Scotland's not very big. Let that cook for a little bit. you have to go through Dundee to get to Aberdeen. I'm assuming it's a 3-hour drive because none of the roads in Scotland are straight. I always see people on like YouTube videos driving around on those roads in Scotland. They're essentially one lane with stone walls on either side. I don't know how you do it. It scares the crap out of me just watching. Yeah, where I live, speed cameras are few and far between. I only know of a few near me. And they're super easy to avoid. That's not where that goes. But I usually grab them from that side because they have the right angle. They're everywhere in the UK. You'll get them more often in metropolitan areas here, but for the most part they're not too common. Well, not especially not where I live. So those are like that, right? You'll have car and house, not the wife. Well, my house comes with 3 teenage girls. So you can have the cars, but you get 3 teenage girls at the same time. Something's not right here. Something is not right. And 3 teenage girls can ruin any vacation. That needs to be right against the crack of that, and it's not. How? Do I have to take these out probably? This what's effing it up? That's very possible. A lot of those shapes I chose before I realized that plates and plating modules have you had your time. Well, you don't really have to babysit them, you just have to yell at them a bunch. I want to visit the World War I training trenches in Scotland, but it's in ooh. Yeah, that's probably not cool. I've always wanted to go to Flanders Fields. That's how I did it. Without those pieces, it makes a difference. The trenches of World War I are really interesting to me. And Flanders seems to be the place where they're still digging up all sorts of crazy stuff. I mean, all over France, but the only reason I'm using thin plates is because there's the other plating modules just are so limited in what you can do with them. And they're heavy. I mean, it's already crazy heavy. Trying to minimize as best I can. By you have kilometer of bunkers or trenches with bunkers. Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, World War I is a very interesting topic for me. I mean, I love all of history, but World War I just seemed like such a crazy time. So much of how we perform war now was discovered in World War One. That's when war really changed. Was during World War One. That's when they started inventing tanks and artillery at scale, and chemical weapons and biological weapons. I mean, they didn't even understand germ warfare. Didn't even understand what germ theory at the time. Yet they were already messing with chemicals as weapons. So like sarin, chlorine. It was a crazy, crazy time. Mustard gas, yep. Nuts time. Absolutely crazy time in history. So, do I have that right? Well, we're right on the corner. So that should be just a plate. And not one of those, but it's in the right spot. They find bombs and then they dig, but yeah. Yes, that whole area, every time they dig a hole, they find unexploded munitions or bodies or old trenches that got filled in, or I mean, some of them have. When the English and the Irish and the Scottish used to build mines, undermine German positions. I don't know if you want to call them German or Prussian or Austrian at the time, but they used to dig underneath them and pack them full of explosives. The English were big into that because they had experience with mining as much as anyone did. But they still will dig up these caches of unexploded munitions, just caves full of them. It's crazy what's still there. And then, like, the artillery rounds, only about a 25% of the artillery rounds that they fired never exploded, and they're just sitting there. Yeah, it's crazy. History is crazy there. Do I need to... Like, I need to take some of these out in order to get the angles right. Is it that one? I'm stealing these plates to get the correct angle is all. So yeah, like that. Because these angles match. And some of these we have to swap out for different, like this shape doesn't work most of the time. What do we have here? Okay, so we can just, from here on out, we can just drag these up. It should go on top of those, yep. This edge is a narrow plate, the rest of it should be bigger plates. But if you look at the angle of thin plates is not the same angle as plating modules. You cannot get them the same angle. Well, I think France has like an entire department of their government that's essentially set up to deal with unexploded munitions that are found in public spaces. Because there were thousands of miles of trenches. Thousands of miles of trenches. It's crazy. Most countries in Europe have something, yeah. But France was France was a different sort with the Western Front. Normandy would be World War II, but yeah, it's World War II's Normandy is unexploded bombs from the 40s, where Western France is, you know, from the teens. Same problems. But in America, we don't really have the kind of history that's available over there. You figure we've only got, what, well, as a country, we've only got 1776, so 250 years. Yeah, I don't know what the Swiss were doing during World War I. I don't know the Swiss history well enough. I do like castles too. I like all of history. Swisstory. I wonder if you can get Swiss Miss. Do you get Swiss Miss in Switzerland? It's a brand here. It's hot chocolate. Is that a thing in Switzerland? Swiss Miss? It's a stupid question. Were you not? There are thousands of bankers. They have bankers. Yeah, John, where the Tower of London is what I'd like to see. The collection in the Tower of London is just stunning to me. Bunkers and bankers. They put all the bankers in the bunkers. Why won't you snap anywhere? Let's try snapping you here first. I understand that there's some shenanigans that has to go on there, but bunkers and bankers, it's the same thing. It's where you store stuff. Did I not? So we just did it so that plate's not close. There's a little bit of fudgery here. What did I do at the top to make that work? Because I went up this way. How did I make that work down here? I just fudged it up there too. Alright, well, how do we make this work? Doing it the second time is often just as hard as doing it the first time. Okay, up one click. How about I put a... Maybe if we put a spacer in there first. Let's put a little spacer in there. I put a spacer and then try to attach it and then take the spacer back out. Like that. And now we take the spacers out. Are there places like that? Where they haven't messed with the castle? Where in the world would you find a castle that hasn't been modernized or abandoned? I guess that's how we did it. That worked too easy. Well, that's actually kind of perfect. Interesting. Alright, now we're going to go up with this. You figure the oldest thing here in America is about... Oh... the early 1700s. I mean, you might get a house in the 1600s occasionally if you're in like Virginia or in France and Spain. You have a few. Yeah, here, the early 1700s, and where I live, you're not going to get anything before about 1800. Ohio really wasn't settled much until after the late 1790s. But if you go to the East Coast where the original 13 colonies were, you could. They say, you know, in 1492 Columbus sailed the ocean blue, but there's really nothing here until the mid 1600s, and everything then was temporary. So you might find a late 1690s house in some of the earliest settlements, but you're going to be hard pressed for anything before 1700. Just isn't as much history here. Native Americans in my joke to you? No, they just didn't build anything that lasted. They were, by their very nature, transient and, I mean, petroglyphs, but there's nothing, they weren't quite as permanent. Oop, I needed that. Come on, keep clicking. Oh man, alright. Why don't we take a break? And I'll go show you my new ring miner. Maybe we'll go try it out a little bit, see how it works, because I haven't messed with it since I stopped playing before. I just printed a new one. It's 700 and I think 44 crates. My old one was only half that size, but this new one is 700 crates, and it should mine all by itself. It's a slow process, but when you're not paying attention, speed's a little less important. I can also show you my motorcycle. But I'm pretty pleased that we're, oh, gotta turn it on. Pretty pleased we're making progress there. If I get on later tonight, I can probably get the outside of that all framed in. Start another one, really start making progress. I'm gonna, that's Farpoint Station. We need the Cinco Chagas. I've been burning through all of my Bastion trying to make storage spheres because on the moon I get far more materials than I can store or move. Come on, store ship. I'm constantly running. Yeah, right? The enormity of what they built. And the fact that we don't know how they did it. Like there's so much of it, especially Egyptian and North Africa in general, that and also like think like Cambodia, Angkor Wat. The scale of those projects is ridiculous. Here's my motorcycle. It's Look at this little guy. It's got 2 seats. Doesn't that just look awesome? This thing looks like a gas tank. It's got a little wheel on the front. It's got saddlebags. Pedals, like this hard points look like pedals or footrests. When you're on it, it's like a Harley Davidson. The handlebars are real high. That is just an awesome thing. You should, and it flies nice too. It doesn't just look cool, it actually, for me, look, it's even got a sissy bar on the back. It flies just how I want a station hopper to fly. It's not overly fast, but it's easy to control. All right. Now I call it the Ring 776. I think it should be 744. I don't know why I called it 776. I think it's 744. Are we gonna spawn? You spawning? There we go. So it's not the most creative design. That does say 776. So it's a ring miner, but it kind of meets my fancy with everything is on the inside. Like here's all the YOLO. You've got 2 seats. This is the actual, I'd say captain's chair, but you can see from this side and still steer. And then this is your maintenance area. You've got prop and all your fuel tanks. All your batteries hide behind there. All the benches, nothing fancy. Also, there's redundant buttons for all the systems up here. I bought this ages and ages ago. I'm trying to contact the guy that made it because I don't think he plays any longer. I thought I might try and purchase the rights to it if it works. But so what we're gonna do is we're gonna run back to. We'll run back to Origin. It'll only take a minute. It's a 2-minute flight. And in the safe zone, we'll see how it works. I haven't touched it. I just built it this morning after I dug up the blueprint. We need to go to Origin, so we need, well, we're gonna probably need Carnite, and we're gonna need a chip. Magellan, I hate dealing with chips. Oh, let's do this. This will get us over by the Stellar Blade, and you guys can see it. I made a chip last night. It needs both prop and exorium. The guy that made this ship he's no longer even in the Starbase Discord, so I can't even like contact him very well. So I'm trying to get him to. I need to send him a message, or so we'll see. If it works, I'll just try and pay real cash for rights to the blueprint. I won't do that without his permission. I won't share it without his permission. So I'll try to get it for free first. But if he makes me pay for it, I'll pay for it. I've got some money burning a hole in a Venmo account. So now we wait. It's 4 whole minutes. I need more generators. This is where I think if you had siege mechanics that said gave you, let's say 10 minutes, a 10-minute warning or some amount of warning, like there was a siege device that had to be charged. So however many generators they have to charge their siege device, you essentially have that amount of time to jump out. And then how fast your ship charges makes a difference. So you could have a quick little ship that charges in 1 minute, but their siege ship takes 5, you can get out. If you didn't put any generators in your capital ship and you've got a 15-minute charge time, then you're in trouble. I think there are mechanics that will allow siege to work, and it'll allow industrialists to still have fun, have some risk involved. So if you jump your ship out to, let's say, Seal, where it's hours of flight time, and you aren't there when it lands, and there's a pirate there, then and he sieges you, then that's your own fault for not paying attention. But there needs to be an immediate out for people that don't want involved in that. But there needs to be some sort of risk. Because gathering the high-end resources shouldn't be risk-free. All right. Now we wait. So there's the brass beehive. It's looking good, Django. What else we got around? There's Mazra's ship. I think his is pretty basic, just a cube. I think his is only one zone where all of his ship is actually inside his hangar. The IPS Providence. I want to say that IPS Providence is NTPS. No, actually what they said was the last thing about capitals was there going to be no such thing. There was going to be no difference between a civilian and a military. They got rid of that demarcation. But it never got implemented either way. That was just talk at that point. So we shall see. Oh, there's the El Dorado. That's Sasquatch's. It's over here. The El Dorado is his ship that looks like a origin station. I thought you were done building. Oh no, you're gonna do it like you were looking at a No Man's Sky type freighter, right? And it's a whopping 2-minute journey. And the lag sets in. Why am I at 1 frame a second? It's like a slideshow. Somebody might need a restart, but my computer hasn't been running long enough to need a restart. This is where I feel like I'm going to lose my connection again. This will now be a 2-minute slideshow. Can I at least point towards the front of the ship, not the ground, not the sky? Oh, we're getting closer to Azimuth, this dirty human ship. What in the world is happening? Huh? Nope. Come on. The Stellar Blade. That's where we're headed. Wow. Immediately back to 100 frames a second. That was bizarre. I do not know what's going on. So we're going to take a look at this ship. And we will fly into the belt and see if he can... Is there a door on both sides? I don't know if there's a door on this side. There's not. On my other one I took out a bunch of this glass because I just like to... I don't need doors really. I don't use them. Okay, so let's get in the seat. Now I think it's called hide and seek. Hide is asteroid avoidance, I think. Yep. Auto asteroid avoidance. And seek is the auto mining. So let's get in. We're in the safe zone too. The visibility's always been terrible because of this stupid ring. But let's go see how it works. I mean, you can see all sorts of ways. You just can't see out the front. But it was kind of meant to... Is there a speedometer in this thing? I don't remember anymore. Generators, fuel rate, heat, battery, nav grid. I would think one of those would be speed. So. Yeah, it's a super obstructed view. Yeah, I don't see speedometer. Well, that's stupid. Well, this was probably built before the speedometer really was a thing. And you had to use like nav ISAN, because this is a fairly old ship, but he did update it for heat. See if we can get in here a little ways and get into a... It works best in denser clusters of asteroids, just the way it looks for them. Now this was meant to be done AFK, so it wasn't supposed to be super speedy. I always just did it... Well, I didn't always do it in the safe zone. But, it worked well in the safe zone. Alright, let's see if we're in a good spot. So I gotta remember how to work this thing. Alright. Let's put on... that was actually with the slow on. It's, let's find an asteroid. Okay. I think it's got one. I don't remember what these buttons all do. Is that the auto approach? Oh, target. Master power, overdrive. Oh yeah, we don't want pulse on anymore. Let's see if we can figure out what the buttons do. Seek. Alright, we got an asteroid. Alright, so it found one. The seek button is on. Like I said, this is the first time I've messed with it. So let's see, is it... I'm not doing anything. I lined up an asteroid and hit seek. That looks like a T10 ice asteroid too, so we'll see. We'll see how this works. It probably needs a solid. I see a lot of stuff that's not working, but probably needs a bit of an upgrade. If I remember right, it will auto adjust, or it used to auto adjust to center the asteroid. And then it would go back and forth over the asteroid until there was nothing left, which could cause problems if there was a little piece that it missed, but For the most part, it was pretty good. So we'll see how it handles this. Well, I heard something turn on. It is. It's going left. Oh, it overdid it. Let's see what happens. Nothing. Just gonna hit it. This is why I always did it in the safe zone. Oh, it's trying to adjust. No, I'm not touching anything. Oh, it's... Did I turn like the overdrive off? Nope, it's on. Master power, overdrive. Generators are... Still generators are coming up. Probably needs more generators. We'll see if it works at all. Man, I used to love this ship though, but you could pulse it. This was back when pulsing was a thing. Nope. This might not work with the new... Generators are all the way up. It looks like the generator unit rate is up. Fuel chamber's all the way up. Can it not run? Oh. That's sad. Let's see if we turn off Seek. Where's the batteries? Stored battery power is 0. Is it this thing? No. Aim off. Is it? No. No pulse. Okay. Let's see if we can get the batteries come up a little bit, maybe. Oh, reverse. Don't go forward. Why are you going forward? Backwards. Are we not going backwards? No, it just wants to keep going forward. Go backwards. What is the problem, yo? Something. Cruise. Turn the cruise off. There we go. Now we're gonna leave slow. Oh, now we go. Now we can do something. Alright, battery power's up. We'll turn on Seek again. Yeah. This is the first I've messed with it since it's like I said, it's a really old ship, so it might need more generators. It might need less lasers. It was upgraded, like it has heat sinks. But it doesn't have enough. Oh, that's disappointing. That's disappointing. I don't know why. Cruise, slow. Back up. Get out of the way. We turned everything off. You should stop going forward. Thank goodness we're in the safe zone. Alright, are you all stopped? Oh yeah, no, this is literally the first I've touched it since I just printed it to see if it still worked. So let's go take a peek at stuff. I'm a little disappointed it doesn't keep up. I didn't build it, so let's. It looked like I don't think it was overheating. Heat production. Stored heat is 0, so... Oh! Did it turn itself off? Yeah, because generator unit rate limit was set to 0. Fuel chamber rate limit is 100. But it's not like they're storing heat. Let's just push the overdrive button. That should be... I think that's just like a preheat. Stored heat is sitting at 0 though, so I don't think it's a heat issue. We're not storing anything here. It's not storing any heat here. So I don't think it's a heat issue. I'm looking for radiators. They gotta be on the bottom. No. Where are the radiators? So you got them hidden inside? That's interesting. There. Oh, do I see him hiding in there? Yeah, he's just kind of tucked in here. Heat dissipation is good with no stored heat. So it's not a heat issue. What do we think it is? It's just an underpowered? Like they didn't change... did they change how generators enhancers work? I don't think there's any enhancers in here. I don't see anything that looks like enhancers. They're all tucked together, so heat would definitely be an issue. Let's take a plate off. Where's my... I don't have a bolt gun. Oh, there it is. Whew. Oh, there's a lot of... just crates. There's crates behind everything. How many lasers is it? Yeah, you can't even get to the... for some reason I want to say like 24, but maybe more than that. Let's see, we'll start there. 1, 2... Oh, let's see. They're all different colors. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Looks maybe 30. 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. Yeah, I think it's 24. 24 lasers. Twenty-four lasers. Put this away. And it looks like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 32 fuel chambers. I would assume there's 3. Oh, I don't know. You know what? We'll just take a crate out. I can always repair it. That's irrelevant. Let's start tearing her apart. We'll find out. All right. So I see a fuel chamber, and this is all generators. You know, we'll have to go back, and then I can just open up the blueprint and we can look at this. Let's put this away. Should probably have that stuff in my... Let's go look at the blueprint. Who knows? Safe zone. It's fine. We're in the safe zone. It's fine. It's fine. Just ignore that thing. You can't hear it. It's fine. I'm sorry. I find it funny that it goes to the back and then makes its way to the front rather rapidly. Let's turn the cruise on. Let's see what's happening back there. Oh. I was trying to pick it up, I can't. It's fine. Sounds like a former Jonko ship, yep. This is what they sound like right before things go real bad. Luckily we're in the safe zone and it's fine. Oh, there's the stellar blade. Let's take a peek while we're here. $144 T3 gens. T3 enhanced runs 24 lasers with gens at 44%. That thing would be a little underpowered. So 144 T3 gens. What's the... How many? What's 144 divided by 3? How many fuel chambers is that? Because it looks like there's 36 in here. 36 would be just about right. I was trying to get a distance. I think it's 9 zones long. It's only a single zone wide and 2 zones tall, so it's 18 zones. And we're kind of looking at it upside down. Let me see if I can turn. Is that better? It is cool. Let me get a, let's go over and I'll... It's beyond cool. It's like Oakham cool. Oh, where we go. It has, so this ship had my route of 16 max generators and chokes on 6 lasers without charging to 80%. Well, we were at 100% and couldn't get them to run. So, like, it's definitely underpowered. It doesn't mean I can't fix it with just a little bit of work. Fix it enough to at least run anyways. The view is pretty awful though. But if it doesn't work like it used to, it's just not worth it, because it used to work so well before. Alright. Now I think everybody has permission to get in here. You can come look at it. Yeah, it doesn't... Well, if it has enough generators, it doesn't need many batteries, but... So this is the way it's supposed to look. He's doing that all by himself. That's a hell of a project. Big projects are daunting. Let's turn... I don't want to crash into it. It's not my ship. So let's see if we... I know the main entrance I want is at the top. You really cannot see in this thing. Jiminy Christmas. Turn your flashlight off, that's gonna help. Strafing in this is pretty awful. Oh, I had such high hopes for this ship. I was just gonna let it go. I need an auto miner. I just might get a second surfacer, because it'll get me most of what I want. It just doesn't get you ice or Vocarium. Is there a... There's no moon that gets you ice, right? You might probably can find Vocarium. But there's no ice. Not that it takes you long to get ice, but... Alright, let's get out of here. Alright. Please stop moving. Alright, so this is the top this is the hangar. The main hangar. There's quite a few all over the place. He enclosed the entire thing with these little openings. And then he's got ships. These are some of his ships. This is where I bought my little motorcycle from. I didn't buy it, he gave it to me, but... This ship has exceeded its building budget. He might do that to keep you from stealing them. Oh. What is this? A little... Is this like a little... How do we get... How did I get in here? There it is. Is this like a little... salvage ship? Yeah, it's like a little salvage ship. And those doors must close? Well, that is cool looking. This one reminds me of the Firefly, is that what it was called? Or the Dragonfly? It's a little miner. This is what we should be giving new players. Look at that. This is a hand miner. This is what new players should get instead of a laborer. Sexy. Oh, it's got a hand miner. It's got a laser and a collector on the front, but this would be a sweet little hand miner. That's awesome. There's very few people that build like him. I'd say Ark is on that same sort of... And then down here he's got ore storage, which I thought about adding to mine. So these are just ore blocks that he has stacked up so that anybody that has build access to the ship can place or take these as they need them. I think this is a great idea. It's a bit of a pain in the ass, but look at that. Instead of having storage spheres, he's got this storage here. And then if we go through the internals of the ship, it's pretty crazy. So these have little hallways off of them, and we can... Oop. So this is what his framing is, but it's crazy. Like, he left this open like it's a hatch for you to use. Like, there's no moving parts in a cap ship, but he made it look like a hatch. And he built these lamps into the floor. Genius. And then this is out to the part that's not done yet. This is the hangar we were just in. Now you can see kind of the, here we go. We've got access ladders through the whole thing with little details. Little details. And then this is the door. 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 This is Here's another ship he's got in one of these lower hangars. I like this one. I like with the cockpit at the back of the ship. Everything else at the front. I really like this look. And the use of these yellow plates is stunning. I've never seen anybody do quite the same thing there. Stunning. Stunning, stunning. Alright, so is that all that's in here? Yep, that's all that's in here. So we'll head towards the, up there is the helm. Just, oh, the lamps. I now get what you mean. You think the lamps duplicated? I want to show you what he did with his shield generator. Beautiful. His shield generator and his... I'm so lost already. A fast travel core. If we can ever figure out where I was trying to go. We're just running circles. It's over here. You gotta go in here. I'm lost. It's like a damn maze. I imagine this is what the inside of the Vasa Shepherd would look like. Lots of dead space in between the hallways. Oh, it's right there. I gotta go up. So if we go up here, and then there's these, yeah, there we go, we go up. Alright, this is the helm. Instead of just a stand, what most of us do, he's used this setup to make like an actual command station that overlooks the ship. It's still pretty empty, but he will fill that. Isn't this crazy? I really want to figure out where... I want to show you the his devices are hidden in the bowels of the ship. Because you got to see what he did to his fast travel core and his shield generator. I'd never seen anything quite like it. The ship is huge too. Oh, I'm on a light. Oh, I think we're getting somewhere. We're getting into the lower part of the ship. Maybe not. This is ore storage, which is pretty cool. Yeah, here we go. Like, look, let's turn on my flashlight. He's enclosed all of these. All of his tanks in the walls, so you can still fill them, but they don't look like tanks. And that's awesome. And then look here, this is what I was talking about. Look what he did here. I mean, it doesn't even look like the same device. These are just column bases and some plating modules, and then he's worked some lights in at different angles, a little bit of paint. I was just taken aback by that in particular. The other one's the same way. Oh, he's got shuttle, like station hopper bays all over the place, which I'd like to do as well. So I think there are other ones like this. I think we can go like down again, or is it up? But if you get a chance, I don't know if if you want to come see it, come take a look at it, contact Nikosi. Let's see what's on this level. Oh, this is just another access to his... This is the main event here, is this central terminal. With his little showroom in it. And look, he did rafters too, except he used frames. I stayed away from frames just because of my interest with frames. But anyways, that's what he's doing. And I think I can get this ship to work, but it's going to take a little bit of... Oh no, the SSC is what it's going to take. We all know how that goes. Alright, let's find Cinco Chagas. Why will you not move? There we go. A little delayed. Where is it? There it is, over here. I know it's not very far. Yeah, the view in here. I wish there was a chair on top. Up there somewhere to have a better view of. It didn't really matter when it was on autopilot. Like I don't care what it's doing if it works. It flies fairly nice. It's a little drifty, but then again, lots of ships are. So let's put it back in the cooker here. Let's put you away. And then I'll open the blueprint up. We'll take a little look at the inside and see if we can do something about it. So I really just want to turn it on and leave it run for an hour and then come back, delete all the shell materials, let it run for another hour, and come back to 1,000. Whoops. Come back to 776 crates of Bastion and Vocarium and ice. I mean, I can do that manually in about half an hour, 40 minutes or something with the safe zone destroyer of damages, which works really well. It's got a couple little things that need tweaked, but it works really well. Alright, so let's see. Let's turn off a few things. Let's turn off beams and decoration and furnishing and hard points. That will leave machinery, plates and windows. What up? Devices? There we go. Oof. So let's see. There's only a single generator? Is that what I'm looking at? There's one generator per fuel chamber? Am I looking at this wrong? Alright, can I... Settings. Spaceship designer. Layers. Isn't there a way to change how bright? Module opacity? Is that it? No. I don't, one of these I swear had, when I turned on doesn't it change how opaque the no. Like, can't I change the opacity of this? Mouse wheel placement, continuous placement, transform tools, layers. Opacity percentage when hidden. It's all still 1, right? Does that actually hide them? How do I close this now? Escape? Okay. So this looks like a single generator. Oh, there looks like there's extras here on the end. Oh, wow. So he's got all the generators piled up here. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. By 3 is 15. So, and there's 2 layers, so that's 30, 32, 34, 36, 38, 40, 42, 44, 40, 46 generators. Right? Can I? Am I crazy with that? There's the properties thing. So they're T2 generators, no enhancers. So 2, and we said these are by 5. I'm assuming there's just enough. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, which makes 16. Right? 16 times 3 is what? $32 twice. I suck at math. 48. 1, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14. So there's 16 there. That means there should be 32. It's 48 generators for. So it's the right. Oh, I've been egomaniac. See, I don't mess around in here. You guys are so much smarter. Material costs, full parts list, machinery, power. There we go. 32 fuel chambers. 96. So it's a 3-to-1 ratio. So that's, I'm assuming, with 24 lasers. Where I lost that material cost. Tools, 24 lasers, 8 collectors. So how many does it actually need? To run it as it is, or do you just take out some of the lasers? Is that the easiest thing to do? Like if you took out every 3rd laser, maybe? You can't pulse them anymore, so I'm assuming it's made for pulsing. Man, that's packed in there tight too. If I was going to use it in the safe zone, I could probably cut a lot of that propellant out, like this entire last propellant section, and put more fuel rods and generators. If I cut these, so if I cut like these 6 propellant tanks, like that still leaves 3, 6, 7, 14 large propellant tanks. I don't know why it has so much prop, but I could probably cut all this propellant and storage and put more generators in. So according to the math, How many generate? You said 144 death, son? 144 T3 gens enhanced. So can't really enhance these the way they're in there unless we pulled, we switched out the way the generators are in there, but that's still only 96 as opposed to 144. Because there's certainly enough room to double the generators. Like I could just cut, you know, like all of that out. T2 and unenhanced, okay? Oh, I just froze up. Okay. So I'm thinking if I just if I'd replace all of this space here, we would need more cooling as well. But that shouldn't be a huge issue. But I think space-wise I could fit another 32 another 32 fuel chambers. But that I'm not going to get as much. Well, yeah, and then I can split them up because I don't have the prop underneath. She needs more power. So yeah, if I cut out all of these, all of this stuff, and like this. Hopefully I'm not deleting anything that I can't see. And then I essentially just cut and paste. I don't think I have quite enough space to cut and paste it, but to add a ton more. I have to turn some back on. Let's turn the beams back on. So, yeah, that beaming might be a problem. So, I'm just gonna have to mess with it. That's all there is to it. I like this ship. I've always liked this ship. It needs work, though. So maybe I should do this as a project, because the vast majority of the ship is finished. And all I'd have to do is mess with the propellant and the generators. How many there's loads of batteries back here. It's probably more than enough if the generation is high enough. But we can't go really much behind it because the crates are there. Well, we could cut some crates, probably this top row of crates. If we separated the generators a little bit, so we had these fuel cells or the fuel chambers up above here with the generators, you know, with some space in between, maybe and then separate these generators into 2 rows. So I think if we have this amount of space. Oh, I suck moving around in here. Ugh. I just used this entire space for generators and fuel cells. Yeah. Okay. Now what's in the way That's not in the way. I'm just trying to make sure I'm not missing. Those hard points can stay on. Furnishing's not here. To be honest, it is nice that all the explodey bits are hidden inside the hull. Less of a hand. Yeah, pirates are so low on my list that I actually would. I'm kind of crying for pirates. I would like pirates. So let's see. We're gonna take these out because they are unnecessary at this point, and we don't need these. I'm assuming he. Okay. So let's see. We can up here. I think what is up here? Crates. Crates. If we lose a few crates on this top section, how many are we going to lose? It's 700 and some crates. It's just a few. Let's unlock devices and take out these crates. We're going to spread our generators out a little further because I think it's dumb to have them packed so tightly. Right? I think it's stupid. And whatever we do on this side, I should have just cut it and paste it on the other side if I take everything out first, right? That's the plan. So what is the best way? We want to keep them connected without having them right next to each other, right? At least packed in there quite as tight as they are. So I'd have to take out this row of crates as well. Okay, so that row of crates, now we have the same amount of space. So if we grab, I'm gonna lock the devices again. With this much space, considered large gens, 3 of them plus tank and converter. You mean with all of this interior space? I don't have the SSC chops for that. This is really, even doing this is stretching my ability in the SSC. I really do suck in here. Real bad. I don't work well in. Yep, see? Control copy. Nope. Undo. Now it's freezing up. Alright, I think my computer is struggling at the same time. I might be getting a computer sooner than I thought. So if we rotate this, is that the way? Can we come up here? Alright, now it's out of the way. Now I need to rotate it. I just want you to spin. Just spin, don't snap. No snapping, just rotate. Thank you. Now we can go back to snapping. Come on. We can do it. Okay. We put some of them up here. I left all the generators behind there. Son of a Bisquick. You know what? I want to do. If we do it. Oh, freezing up. XYZ to rotate 90 degrees. Everything is freezing at the same time, which is not nice. I need the generators behind it too, though. Can I get those from this side? Turn off devices. Do you guys enjoy watching me struggle through this? Because I feel like it's so painful. I know what I want to do, I just can't make it do it. Vintio, what are you even doing awake? Isn't this the middle of the night for you? Like that's actually, yeah, this should be like 6 a.m., 4 a.m., something like that. I don't know where in Australia you are. So if we do that, that'll spread out the heat, right? Oh, it just woke up. So if I did this, this should spread the heat out significantly, right? Because now there's a gap between them. 7 a.m. So you are 12, 13, 14 hours ahead of me. Because it's just before 5 p.m. here. 5 p.m. So that's 14 hours? Nope. I don't know. Is it 14 or 10? I don't even know. So we still have a lot of space. I don't like the fact that he's only got the generators are all, the bulk of the generators are in the middle here, but that's just how the ship is designed, I guess. There, I used your trick and it worked. That's except I didn't need to use your trick there. Paste. Isn't it though? That's the reason I didn't want to. I didn't want to give up one. I didn't want to start the big cap until I had a working cap, because I knew that jumping between the moons was going to be a nightmare. Are those together like they're supposed to be? I suppose. Nope, it can't be. Those aren't lined up. There. Why do you keep freezing up? It keeps freezing up. The game keeps freezing up for me. This is... So at this point, I haven't added anything. I've just... stop. Just click out here. What? That's weird. I was trying to like shift and make a box, but alright, so at this point I haven't added anything. The undo lags you. Okay, so at this point I haven't added anything. All I've done is spread those out. So already there's a bonus to heat. I don't think I have quite enough space to gather all of it, but how much more do I need to add? If I can only grab, I guess what? I can't move and grab at the same time. So each one of those is 3, and there's 4. That would be actually more than... It's actually extra 4 generators there. So that would be adding, if I do this again, it would be adding 8. Oh, no, I didn't want to do, I wanted to copy them, not just take them. So instead of doubling, you can now enhance with the space on top and bottom. Okay. Here's the question, is how much power do I actually need? Control copy. Actually, I can take these ones off and that one back there off. Now I can copy it and paste it. So I know I'll have to add some, I'm sure. Ugh. Why won't you paste? Because there's lag? Or what? Thank you. Because there's lag. So yeah, I don't think I can double, but I should be able to add a bunch more and then do like you say and add enhancers, but how many do I... Why did you rotate? With just T1 on each gen, you get 140 as is on 96 gens. All right, with 24 lasers, is that enough? Why? Like, there's no reason. There you go. We were just not in a good spot. So let's see. With just T1 in each gen, you're gonna go T2 and you'll have plenty. With just 96 gens? So if I go a T2 enhancer on everything, a single T2 enhancer, right? Yes, a single T2 enhancer, and just on the original 96. And now that we have space, I can probably fit one on the top of everything here. I just open a new blueprint and do it. Can I? Let's look for enhancers. I haven't. It's got to be under machinery, power, tier 2 generators. ENH T2 enhancer. Look at that, and there's enough space right there. They wiggle a little bit, but they fit. And I actually don't even... Oh, I'll do it on another blueprint because I don't actually have to take the... All I have to do is move the generators. It can leave all the propellant in there. I might better just move the crates that I took out of there, take this prop out, and add the crates back into this propellant space. Oh yeah, I'm gonna start a new blueprint since I messed around. Like I'll reload the blueprint and leave the tanks in, but I'm thinking I should have just like put crates in this gap instead. Take the propellant out and fill this completely full of crates, and then I won't have lost very many crates. I may have to add heat sinks. That's true, but if this gap here, well, no, because there will be. This is probably the best. I might be able to add heat sinks. Heat sink cube. I should be able to fit a heat sink cube. How many heat sinks I don't know, but I can put them on the if I only have enhancers on the backs of those, I should be able to fill this entire space with heat sink cubes like this, right? That would give me, let's see, 8, 16 more, 32 more if I do it on both sides. That might be enough. I might also, everything's all wiggly. There might be enough space to put heatsink beams in this space, but I'll have to pipe them in, right? Like this. This should meet our the requirements. I'm correct? Am I right? It doesn't like that space. Oh, it's that. It's probably this thing that's the problem. Yeah, I just have this gap here. I could probably just pipe them at just about anywhere, but depends how many more I need to add. There's just going to be this space here I can completely fill full of. That'd give me 16 here, and if I do the same on the other side, there's another 16. And then I can probably, like, that one's not going to work there, but it might. Maybe if I did it right and got them in the right place, and then I pipe them correctly, that would give me another 6, so 16, 24, 20, 16 and 6 is 22. That'd give me 22 more. There won't be any room on the back. Hide pipes and cables, and it will ignore collision. Oh, I see. I see what you're talking about. If I... hide pipes and cables like this. Yeah, I see it colliding with those. But I'm going to redo this anyways. This might work, and then this will give me... I'll have to rework a lot of the buttons are all kind of hosed up too. I'm kind of excited now. Alright, I'm going to exit without saving. Saving blueprint before exiting. No. But I'm going to say thank you. I still need someone to teach me how to work in there because I really struggle. But for today, I think that's good work. I'm going to head back to Farpoint Station. And I'm going to tell everybody thank you very much for stopping. I want to apologize for the last couple of days, no streaming, but I had to take care of myself a little bit. Things don't always go as planned. I appreciate your patience, and I'm glad you came back today. I'm going to try and be around tomorrow, at least some, and Sunday. Yeah. And try and get in this Robar event. If you're not already familiar, there is a Robar event with Kai. Let me bring up the... Come on, no. Where is the server announcements? Starbase announcements? Where does that show up for the event? There it is, the Cargo and Capital. I'm going to bring up Discord. If you're not familiar, I'm going to say one more time, there's cargo drops and a Moon Merchant capital ship. It's going to be tomorrow, the 20th, at 19 UTC, which is what? It's 2 hours ago, I guess? It's what, 21 UTC most time? 20? Jongo, what time is it? So it's going to be about this time tomorrow. And the same on Sunday. If you're not there, it's going to be a cargo event. and then there will be some testing and stuff at the capital ship, which cargo drops are going to be at Relecta and Arma, and the capital ship is at Relecta, and it's going to go to Arma tomorrow. So if you want to ride, you got to get direct Relecta today or before the takes off, but I suggest you all try and be part of that. It's kind of fun, and so, alright, I want to say thank you. You guys have a wonderful night, and I will see you all probably tomorrow sometime. Before the event, I'll send out something. So, I'll see you guys later, and you take it easy, and take care. Have a good night.